So, good day to everyone. We are Group 1 and we are about to present a case study and analysis on Steve Jobs and management styles. So, for today, we are going to discuss the following: the discussions, central problem, minor problems, objectives, alternative courses of actions, conclusion, and recommendation. So, first, let us go with our discussions. In the case study provided, we were given two sets of questions. First of which is this: describe Steve Jobs' management style during the early years of Apple, and how did this management style affect the company? So, Steve Jobs' management style was authoritarian. He was also in control of Apple's efficiency. Now, Steve Jobs' management style is authoritarian because he has a strong central power in his company. And we all know that Steve Jobs is the founder of Apple Incorporated. Now, how did this management style affect Apple? So there was a confusion within the organization, and it resulted to Apple losing its efficiency. Apple was also surpassed by other computer companies such as IBM and Dell. Next, describe Steve Jobs' management style when he came back to Apple, and how did this new management style benefit Apple? So, Steve Jobs' management style was democratic. He established a company value that allowed collaboration between creative people. Now, this creative people was stated in our case study that they are biologists, poets, musicians, etc., who has a background or who has a background in technology. And this enabled Apple to sustain its efficiency and effectiveness and regain its position as the most profitable company in the world. Now let us proceed with the case study proper. So the central problem: there was a conflict within Apple's management that brought difficulties to the company. And this conflict pertains to the management styles of Steve Jobs and John Scully. So, here are our minor problems. First, Steve Jobs had favoritism among his project teams. Now, these favoritism created conflicts and misunderstandings among the human resources. Second, Steve Jobs was not in good terms with John Scully, the CEO of Apple. As we all know, Steve Jobs is the founder of Apple Incorporated, and John Scully, the CEO of Apple, is responsible for achieving or striving for the management goal, which is the efficiency and effectiveness. Now, back in the days, Steve Jobs was not in good term with Scully because as a founder, he wants to control the power. He wants to direct every task without thinking about its consequences. That's why they have a CEO, John Scully, who is required or who is assigned to manage the effectiveness and efficiency of Apple. And as a result, our third minor problem is that Steve Jobs resigned in Apple instead of reorganizing the company. When he resigned, he founded Next, which is a powerful computer PC or a powerful computer program, and Pixar, a computer animation company. And Pixar is known to be one of the famous animation company that produce Nemo and etc. Like Toy Story. So, what are the objectives of this case study and Steve Jobs himself? So, the first objective is to identify management development concerning Apple's success. Second, to expand the nationwide chain of Apple stores globally. And third, to make products available in other possible retail, such as online. Internationally, some online retail pertains to Alibaba, Amazon, etc. While here in our local retail, it could be Lazada, Shopee, etc. So, what are the alternative courses of actions? First, to find someone in the management or human resources who can be fair-minded and professional. What is the advantage of this? So the first advantage is that the HR will serve as a mediator to assess the problem while avoiding bias among the organization's human resources. And its disadvantage is that it can foster hate or resentment between the employees or authorities. Next, ACA would be to establish an organizational structure to avoid conflict of interest. And its advantage is that it improves operational functions and performances because it allows distinction of roles and balance of approaches to run an organization. However, its disadvantage is that it gives limited perspective and creates boundaries. And the last ACA would be to communicate and establish a consenting business strategy. Its advantage is that it would open ideas about the problems to allow stakeholders collaboration to solve the problem. We have discussed in our introduction in chapter 1 that good management needs to have an interesting problem so that collaboration can enter and people can work on it. On the other hand, its disadvantage is that there would be clash of ideas that could hinder progress in solutions. So, as conclusion, good management style is beneficial to success. It allows the organization to balance and improve function and performance. Communication, collaboration, and innovation provide improvement in efficiency and effectiveness. So, recommendation. As a group, we would like to recommend ACA 1, which is to find someone in the management or HR who can be fair-minded and professional. And ACA number 3, which is to communicate and establish a consenting business strategy. And I quote our group's response: we believe that it is necessary to have a good communication and a mediator or HR that pays attention to the organization's balance and harmony. Also, psychology is a factor that influences management. It provides people management skills in understanding the behavior, attitude, motivation, and personality. Lastly, collaboration through communication provides understandable methods to address and achieve the organizational goals. Thank you, and we are now open for questions and suggestions.